The levels of processing model. A radical departure from the three stores model of memory is the levels of processing framework, which postulates that memory does not comprise three or even any specific number of separate stores, but rather varies along a continuous dimension in terms of depth of encoding. In other words, there are theoretically an infinite number of levels of processing, or LOP, at which items can be encoded through elaboration or successively deeper understanding of material to be learned. A young Pakistani girl named Emma Alam has emerged as the winner of the World Memory Championship 2020. Not only that, but she also broke multiple records at the event, etching her name in the historic books. Her team, Pakistan, won the overall championship title with 13 medals in the competition, while breaking 4 world records during the contest. Emma Alam holds 3 of those records. 1. In 15 minutes, she memorized 218 names. In 5 minutes, 195 dates was memorized. Lastly, in 15 minutes, she memorized 410 random words. Moving on, in levels of processing framework, there are 3 kinds of them, which are physical, phonological, and semantic, according to Fergus, Craig, and Endel Tolving. First level of processing is physical. Basis for processing is visually apparent features of the letters. Second is the phonological. Basis for processing sound combinations associated with the letters. Example, rhyming. And last is the semantic. Basis for processing is the meaning of the word. In 1975, Craig and Tolvin test out the LOP framework. Participants receive a list of words. A question preceded each word. Questions were varied to encourage item elaboration in 3 different levels of processing. And progressive order of depth, they were physical, phonological, and semantic. The results of the research were clear. The deeper the level of processing encouraged by the question, the higher the level of recall achieved. The levels of processing framework can also be applied to nonverbal stimuli. Melinda Borges and George Weaver in 2003 showed participants photos of faces and asked them questions about the persons of the photo to induce either depth or shallow processing. Faces that were deeply processed were better recognized on a subsequent test than those that were studied the lower level of processing. A level of processing or depth of processing benefit can be seen for a variety of populations, including in the people with schizophrenia. People suffering from schizophrenia often suffer from memory impairments because they do not process words semantically. Deeper processing helps them improve their memory. Ask some friends or family members to help you with a memory experiment. So, give half of them the instruction to count the number of letters in the words you are about to say. Then, give other half the instruction to think the 3 words related to the words you are about to say. So, recite the following words about 5 seconds apart. Beauty, ocean, competitor, bad, decent, happy, brave, beverage, artistic, and dejected. About 5 or 10 minutes later, ask your friends or family to write down as many of the 10 words as they can remember. In general, those who were asked to think of 3 related words to the words you read will remember more than those who were asked to count the number of letters in the words. This is a demonstration of levels of processing. Those friends or families who thought of 3 related words processed the words more deeply than those who merely counted up the numbers of letters in the words. Words that are processed more deeply are remembered better. But Maurice et al. In 1977 found that performances on a word remembering task was better for words they had processed phonetically. It is opposite of what LOP dictates. Participants did take longer to process items semantically. Furthermore, there appear to be 2 kinds of strategies for elaborating the encoding. First is within item elaboration. It elaborates encoding of the particular item, example, a word or other fact, in terms of its characteristics, including the various of levels of processing. The second kind of strategy is between item elaboration. It elaborates encoding by relating each item's features, again at various levels, to the features of items already in memory. Thus, suppose you wanted to be sure to remember something in particular, you could elaborate it at various levels for each of the 2 strategies. Practical elaboration strategies of practical application. For example, if you are learning a new language and have a vocabulary test coming up, you will concentrate on learning the meaning of the words. If you have to write an essay, you will also need to concentrate on sentence structure and grammar. In conclusion, it is important to remember that in 1972, Lockhart and Craig made learning of processing theory, while in 1975, Tolby and Craig tested it out.